video we're going to be making broccoli with pine nuts, and this is actually a recipe that came from my first print book, And the Love is Free. I used to make it all the time, but since I haven't been eating much pasta, I've kind of adapted it, and instead we're going to be browning some just canned butter beans in a pan, and using them instead of pasta, which is even more delicious. So we'll hop into the kitchen and I'll show you how to make it. So first thing, I've got a saucepan of water on to cook the broccoli, just about an inch or couple of centimeters deep, because we just want enough water to steam the broccolini I'm using today. And so I'll just prep my broccolini. So just going to chop usually the bottom inch off, because those stems tend to be a bit woody and tough. And then I'm just going to chop it into kind of bite-sized pieces, and I'll leave the heads quite large, just because they look pretty. So we'll get that in the pot, and probably don't even need that much water. We just want enough to generate steam, and then generous pinch of salt, and then lid goes back on, and that'll be on. Take about 5 minutes. Meanwhile, we're going to toast our pine nuts and our butter beans. So I've just got a pan on a high heat, a bit of oil in the bottom of the pan. Be pretty generous because it's going to kind of help to make our sauce. And then a drained can of butter beans goes in. Got a nice sizzle. So we'll just let that stir fry for a minute or so. Okay, so beans have been on for about a minute or so, and they're starting to brown up a little bit, which is great. So we'll get our pine nuts in. So we just want a generous handful of pine nuts, and we'll just stir fry them for probably only about 30 seconds. They don't take very long. We just want them to brown a little bit. It's starting to brown. That's looking good. So we'll get our cream in. So we want about 4 tablespoons. And I'm just using fresh cream, so this is about 35% milk fat, and that's boiling away, so we'll get it off the heat. That's a bit hotter. The pan's a bit hotter than I was hoping. And so I've turned the heat off now, and we'll just let that sit. And it's up to you if you want a creamier sauce. Actually, I might add, because that's simmered away quite rapidly, I'm going to add a couple more tablespoons of cream. So it's kind of up to you to adjust to make the sauce how you like it. So that's 6 tablespoons all up. So that's off the heat now, and that can just sit while we wait for our broccolini to be cooked. Shave my grate some parmesan while I'm waiting for that. Okay, so broccoli, I got sidetracked. Broccoli's actually had about 6 minutes, and I test it. It feels tender, so I'm just going to drain it, and then I'll just make sure I've got all the water off the broccolini. The broccolini goes in, and you can see there's a little bit of water there, but that'll be okay. It's looking lovely and bright green, so we'll just toss it through the sauce. And if you're finding it's looking a bit dry, you can add a little bit more cream if you like, but that's looking pretty good to me. Lovely. So then we just need to season, and I've got my parmesan. So just a couple of handfuls of grated parmesan goes in. Pretty generous there. And we'll just stir that through and give it a season, and it's done.